Brick Chapter 1, The Rise of Escape to Rural France. The Escape to Rural France channel began as an ambitious dream: document the restoration of Chateau de Chaumont, an abandoned, fire-damaged French chateau, and share that process with the world. Unlike traditional TV renovation series, this channel was intimate in its approach. It wasn't just about lifting floors or replacing roofs, it was about connection. Viewers didn't just follow a renovation, they followed personalities, friendships, daily struggles, and triumphs. And among those personalities was Nick. While the channel primarily focused on Dan's vision for Chaumont, the most compelling moments were those shared with his team, the people who rolled up their sleeves, navigated the mud, operated heavy machinery, and stood beside him through countless grueling tasks. And Nick was one of those people. Handshake Chapter 2. Who was Nick? To many viewers, Nick was immediately recognizable. He wasn't an actor or a hired hand, he was a friend and collaborator. His presence on camera felt real, grounded, and human. When he showed up on site, viewers sensed a genuine friendship with Dan. Nick's contributions were often practical and physical. He helped with landscaping and outdoor projects that demanded strength, focus, and patience, machinery work where steadiness and skill mattered, the everyday logistics that a huge restoration inevitably requires. But beyond that, there was a warmth to his interactions, a sort of quiet stoicism blended with good humor, that made viewers feel as though they really knew him, even if they'd never met him in person. Eyes Chapter 3, A Noticeable Absence. In many long-running channels, regular contributors can come and go without notice. But with Nick, something felt different. Viewers began to notice his absence in episodes where he once would have been front and center. For a community that had come to expect Nick's steady presence, especially when heavy physical work was being done, the change was noticeable. Comments started appearing, with viewers asking, "What happened to Nick? And why isn't he around anymore?" The channel did not immediately provide answers. Film Projector Chapter 4, Dan's first statement. On December 21, 2025, a video update from Dan addressed the growing concern. In that update, Dan acknowledged that Nick was absent from recent uploads. But rather than giving details, he said only this: Nick was dealing with personal issues, and out of respect for his privacy, there was more than Dan could share publicly at the time. Narrator pause, quiet reflection. Privacy can seem contradictory in the context of social media and YouTube. But sometimes, especially when health and personal struggles are involved, privacy is exactly what demonstrates care. Dan's choice to withhold details wasn't evasive, it was respectful. And it underscored a theme that had always defined the channel: people before spectacle. Pensive Face Chapter 5, Grief in the comments. In the weeks after that update, viewers continued to watch the channel's content. Some returned to earlier episodes to re-watch moments with Nick. Some discussed theories online. Others shared heartfelt messages expressing love and concern. Some posts even reflected uneasy speculation about why he was absent, but it's important to note these were community conversations, not confirmed facts. Rumors involving illness were circulating, including mentions of a possible cancer diagnosis resurfacing, but these were unverified rumors circulating on Reddit forums rather than statements from Dan or any official source. What was consistent across thousands of comments and forum posts was this: people had come to care. Not about a YouTube personality. Not about an online persona. But about a human being, someone whose voice, presence, and contributions mattered. Dove Chapter 6, The announcement of his passing. Then, on January 25, 2026, Dan shared a more somber update. In a video posted on the channel, he confirmed what many feared but did not have proof of, that Nick had passed away, and in that announcement, delivered calmly, plainly, respectfully, Dan did not disclose the cause of death. There were no details about timing, medical conditions, or circumstances. Just a clear acknowledgement of the loss and a reminder of how much Nick had meant to the project and the community. This decision, not to share private health details, was intentional. Out of respect for Nick's memory, and for those who loved him, Dan chose to keep the family's boundaries intact. This moment marked not just the end of an era for the channel, but the moment when viewers truly grieved someone they had only known through a screen. Speech Balloon Chapter 7, Community Responses. The response across the internet was immediate, heartfelt, and emotional. On Reddit, longtime fans wrote, "Just learned in the past few hours from Dan that Nick, aka Tree Surgeon, has passed away." Others echoed sadness and respect. Sad news. R.I.P. Nick. Some reflections painted him in mythical terms, such as, "Farewell to our favorite Viking." For many viewers, these posts weren't just about a YouTuber leaving, they were expressions of genuine grief. Folded Hands Chapter 8, Remembering His Legacy. So what do we know about Nick's legacy? We know he was a friend, not just a contributor. A presence that viewers welcomed into their daily lives, a steady collaborator in a massive, years-long renovation project, someone whose absence was felt deeply, not because he was consistently on camera, but because he was consistently important. Some community members even recalled that the channel's creator once shared Elon's footage showing Nick giving tours of the woodland areas around the chateau, a reflection of his love for nature and craftsmanship, further illuminating the kind of person he was beyond heavy machinery and dirt. While Escape to Rural France remains a channel about restoration, architecture, and the adventure of rebuilding something lost, Nick's story reminds us of something deeper, that the people, not the project, are what makes stories truly meaningful. Pushpin Chapter 9, Privacy in Public Spaces. In an era where almost everything personal can become public, the choice to not divulge details about someone's passing is a powerful statement. By honoring Nick's privacy, the channel invited viewers to remember what they did know, and let go of the rest. This is not just a story about someone's absence, it's a story about respect, about community, about grief shared across borders, and about how even a YouTube channel can become a space of genuine human connection. Sunrise Conclusion. Beyond the screen. Narrator. Warm, reflective tone. We build communities online, around videos, channels, even renovation projects, because we hunger for human connection. We want to share in joy, work, struggle, and triumph. But every once in a while, we're reminded that behind those pixels are real lives. Nick's story, what we know of it, teaches us that sometimes the most meaningful parts of a story aren't the time lapses of walls rising again. It's the people standing beside the walls, his friends, collaborators, companions, whose presence echoes long after the scenes fade to black. To those who knew him, to those who worked with him, and to those who watched him, Nick was real. He mattered. And he will be remembered. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Chateau Walls is supported by viewer like you. Please be sure to check out merch as well. We have shirts and mugs and more. The link is in the description below.